Where there's smoke, there's fire in a hole. Let's cook this cheeseburger dip. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome once again to my backyard. What I got going here for you today is we're going to make this cheeseburger dip for your holiday parties. And what I got here is some very lean ground beef. This is 96% lean, 4% fat. I've got about 2 pounds of that. We're going to get it in a skillet, get it seasoned up, and start cooking it, so stay tuned. So in my cast iron skillet, I've got 2 pounds of very lean ground beef that we're going to kind of break up like this. We want this to like turn into little balls of meat in the skillet. But anyway, that'll happen later on when we get it on the fire. Let's get it chowed down a little bit like that with my wooden spatula. Then we're going to add some onion, some chopped onion, 1 medium onion diced. And then I've got about 6 jalapenos that I diced up. 6 jalapenos. So we got the onion and the jalapenos in there. We're going to mix that in good in the skillet. We're not cooking anything yet. We're just prepping this up. Prepping up this meat. We're getting ready to put this on the fire in about 1 minute. But once we get this mixed up and broke up like this, because we eventually want this to turn into like a dip, you'll see. Anyway, yeah, let me get that broke up, that jalapenos and onion and meat, get it broke up in the skillet, and we can season that right now, I guess. I've got some of my Rootboy Rub #1. I gotta show you. Look what my wife got me for Christmas. Seasoned with love, a little seasoning holder. And this is Rootboy Rub #1. If you don't have any Rootboy Rub #1, go down in the description, do yourself a favor, get some Rootboy Rub on my Facebook store. If you're a cheap ass, you don't want to buy any rub, just put some salt, pepper, and garlic in the pan like that. But you should be so much better off if you go get some of my rub. I'm telling you, you'll love it. Okay, we got one more thing we got to put in there before we get started cooking this. We want to get this mixed up good, get it, chopped up a bit before we put it on the fire. And because this is so lean, we might even have to put a little bit of shortening or something in there. I don't know, maybe not. Anyway, we're just going to drop a little bit of, oh crap, dropped my flour. Oh, yeah, a little bit of, this is Wondra flour, just about a tablespoon of flour in there, just to get that going, because that's going to thicken up. You might even add some of that later after you get it hot. Let me get it on the grill and get it cooking. I'll show you what that looks like, so stay tuned. The frying pan's on the fire. What we got to do now is brown up this meat a little bit, mix it up and brown it as we go along in our cast iron skillet. That's going to take some time, so while I do this, why don't you stay tuned and I'll bring you right back when something's happening. Stay tuned. The meat is starting to brown up a little bit. It's releasing a little bit of moisture, but not enough. Not enough. And you got to keep breaking it up with your spatula because you want this to be a smooth consistency. It's going to take some time to cook. But we can add the next ingredients to this now. Just get it, you want to break it up as much as you can because this is, after all, a dip. And you want to be able to dip it out with a spoon onto a piece of bread and eat it. You don't want any big chunks of meat if you can help it. But what's going to help this smooth out a little bit is about a half a cup of ketchup. So a half a cup of your favorite chup. There we go. Carefully measured half a cup of your favorite chup. Then we need about 1/4 of a cup of your favorite mustard. I'm putting yellow mustard. You put whatever kind of mustard you want in there. We're going to mix that up. Get that in with that beef. It wouldn't be a cheeseburger without mustard and ketchup, would it? Let's get that mixed up in there. Oh yeah. It's really smelling good now. I could just eat this with a spoon. Let me get that mixed up. Get that mixed up in there. Now we need some, we need a little bit of more seasoning in there. We need some Worcestershire sauce. We got some Lee and Perron's Worcestershire sauce. We're going to drop a couple of tablespoons of Lee and Perrons in there. That's good stuff. Yeah, baby. Oh man, does that smell good? Let me tell you what, it's really coming together now. Let me get this mixed up a little bit. We'll put in, I said this was a hot dip, it's got jalapenos in it, but we also want some hot sauce. We got some Louisiana Crystal hot sauce. A few shots of that. That is good stuff. It's gonna make this taste good. Don't skip the hot sauce. If you skip the hot sauce, put some cayenne pepper in there. Anyway, we're gonna get that mixed up in there. The hot sauce, oh boy. If you could smell this, if you want to eat it right now without finishing it off, wait till you see the cheesy finish we're gonna put on this. Oh, I lost a piece of beef. Okay, just get down in the grill then. That's the way you're gonna be. You wanna break this beef up as much as you can. Want it to be really homogenized in there. Don't worry about overcooking it. This isn't, you know, it's not time for rare beef today. Some other time we'll make a rare beef burger with that low-fat meat. But for today we're making a dip. So we want to really break it up a lot. Get it broke up in there. We got our sauce in there. Get that cooked up a tad. Okay, now we need a little bit of moisture. So what I recommend is some beer. And this happens to be some supermarket beer. If you don't like beer, or you don't want to use beer in your cooking, you could use some chicken broth. But personally, I think beer makes it smoother. Look at that, look how beautiful that is. It smooths it out, and it just makes it better. Beer makes everything better, doesn't it? It's kind of like bacon. So we're just gonna, oh, I wish you could smell that. The beer is so delicious. And that's not even good beer. That's that Kinnaroot Blue that I got at Aldi's. Anyway, let's mix that up. I actually didn't get that. Dennis's brother gave that to me, David. Thank you, David, for the beer, in case you're watching. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna mix that up. That's really nice, isn't it? Doesn't that look good? That looks good. We might want to put a little bit more seasoning on that. We really need to taste it to find out. It's kind of hot to taste right now, but I still need to taste it. I'm going to taste it. I might add a little bit more of my Rootboy Rub. Rootboy Rub is primarily salt, pepper, and garlic. So if you want to go get yourself some, you can, or if you just want to use salt, pepper, and garlic, you want to recreate this in your kitchen. Oh boy, does that smell good. I think we need a little bit more beer though, believe it or not. I'm glad I didn't drink it all. That's almost a whole bottle of beer there. That's about 3/4 of a bottle of beer. I'm saving just a swallow for me. Ah! Just enough to wet my whistle. Yeah. That's gonna all cook out of there. Don't worry about the alcohol, it cooks out. All you're left is with the taste of the wonderful beer. So we gotta get that cooked down a little bit. Get it smoothed out a bit. It's looking pretty good so far. Onions and jalapenos, can't beat them. Ketchup, mustard, beer, hot sauce, Worcestershire sauce. It's kind of getting pretty smooth right now. See that? Okay, let's get this done and we'll finish it off. And then we'll get some nice crusty French bread, take a taste and drink a beer. Stay tuned. My cheeseburger dip is looking awesome. We're going to put some shredded mozzarella in there. We're going to put a bunch of shredded mozzarella inside the dip. We want the dip to be cheesy, very cheesy. So I'm going to put a bunch of shredded mozzarella and I'm going to mix that into the dip. Get it incorporated in there with the meat so that every spoonful will have some cheese in it. See what I'm saying? Nice. You know, mozzarella is real stretchy like, you know what I'm saying? Ah, it's going to be good. But that's not all. That's not all. I'm going to put a little bit more mozzarella in there right now. Going to work that in there. Another handful of that, I think. Get that in there. This is a real cheesy, meaty dip. Let me tell you what. You're going to love this. You got to do this at home. If you don't have a grill, you can do this in the oven and on the stove top. But anyway, we got that mozzarella in there. Look at that. Okay. The mozzarella is mixed in with the meat. Look how stretchy and good that is. And it's not even done. Okay, we're going to put some mozzarella on top. I want to make a kind of smooth it out a little bit. Make it look pretty for the camera. There we go. Now we're going to put some mozzarella on top. I'm going to sprinkle some mozzarella on top. And we're going to put some sharp cheddar on top of that. If I can get the bag open. I hate these bags. Oh boy, I'll tell you what. They can take these resealable bags and shove them. Okay, we're going to put some cheddar cheese on top of that. I want to really cover that with cheddar. Like that. How's that look? Pretty good, huh? Not too shabby. Alright, we're going to put the cover on that and let that get all nice and melty. Then we'll come back and we'll drink a beer, we'll have a taste, so stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, the Frosty Rootboy mug, the excessively frosty Rootboy mug. And here's today's beer. This is Lampshade Party Ale, a double IPA from Bell's Brewing Company. And very appropriately named because we just made a party dip. So now we're going to drink some party ale. Always a good beer from Bell's. Never been disappointed yet. They make my favorite beer, which is Hop Slam. Got a lot of ice on my mug, but that's okay. It'll keep the beer cold in this tropical weather. Oh yeah, that's Bell's Lampshade. Lampshade Party Beer. Hope you can see that. Let me check it, because I'm going to need a thumbnail later on. Bell's Lampshade Party Ale. Double IPA. Double IPA is a good kind of IPA. It's like a excessively alcoholed IPA. So what's the ABV on this? Did Bell's bother to tell us? Oh, 9%. Okay, they weren't playing with this beer. Let's sniff the sniff off of it. Gulasa, what do you think? Oh boy, that's some potent stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be slurring my speech before the end of this show. So let's quaff the froth off it, Lhasa. 9%, baby. We're gonna be drunk soon. Ah, that's some good stuff right there. I'm not kidding. Let me put it where you can see it. Bell's Lampshade Party Ale, a double IPA. Good stuff. Let's get some of my dip out here and taste it. Stay tuned. Okay, my hot cheeseburger party dip is done. We're going to spoon some of that off into a plate so we can get a taste of it on a piece of French baguette. You know that stuff's too hot to eat, right? But and you know I'm dying to try some. So I got a piece of French bread right here, and I'm just going to grab a little bit of this dip on here. Don't that look good? Oh man, if I could just let that cool off a little bit, and then I'll put it in my mouth, I promise. It's just gotta, it's way too hot to eat right now. Maybe I'll blow on it. Oh man, does that smell good? I gotta try that. I can't wait. That is awesome. Babies, you gotta try this recipe. You gotta get some of this for your Super Bowl party. Get some of that hot dip. Oh boy. That is so good. Make up a plate of that hot dip for your Super Bowl party. You won't be sorry. And you know what I always say? If you like this crap, please subscribe. If you don't, go up and see the Barbecue House. I think that's the name of his channel. Got a new guy, needs subscribers, needs views. Go up there and check out the Barbecue House. He's got some good stuff going on. You know what I always say, come back next week. We may not cook anything good, but we will drink a beer. And I'll tell you what, this Bell's Party Beer really brings the party. 9% alcohol. It'll get the party started. And this dip is awesome. It's like eating a cheeseburger on a cracker or on a piece of baguette. I can't get enough of it. I got my mouth full. That's my video. I don't want to talk with my mouth full. Come back next week. Happy New Year. Don't forget to tune into Cooking with CJ on Monday night at 9 p.m. I'm going to be in the hot seat along with Dan Robertson, Mr. Smoky Goodness, who doesn't talk with his mouth full. He will drink a beer though. And he'll eat some bison. But yeah, you know, you can make this with bison. That'd be great. Hey, that's my video. Come back next week. Bye.